Friday the 10th of September 2021. Tomorrow is the anniversary of 9/11. I never forget that. I've been watching some programs on the BBC and I recommend you watch one on BBC iPlayer called Surviving 9/11. If it doesn't get you emotionally, nothing will. Fantastic. Now I'm going to make my way into this undergrowth area here behind me. It's actually called the undercliff. There's a cave here, so I'm going to do a bit of Urbex before I go down to the site I normally use on the south point of the Isle of Wight, because this is my last time wild camping on the Isle of Wight. I'm moving off the Isle of Wight literally this Sunday. I'm going to the mainland. I don't know where I'm going to walk or wild camp at first. Could be Dartmoor, it could be Wales, it could be the Lake District, it could be Scotland. But I'm making my way north. Basically, I'm leaving the Isle of Wight. So I'm going to make my way up into there and I'll show you more when I get in there. Whole area, it's got very dense undergrowth and ivy, lots of ivy. Light doesn't penetrate much here. The cliff is behind me. I'll show you the cliff in a minute. It's a inland cliff. It's about 3/4 of a mile from the sea, and I've mentioned it in previous videos. It causes a lot of problems for the houses around here because the water percolates underneath the cliff and basically is washing everything towards the sea, including houses, etc. So it has caused a lot of problems in the past, but the road is permanently closed, so I'm parking in a turning area. I really shouldn't be there really, but it's quite a large one, so I shouldn't disturb anyone turning around because the road has been closed permanently now. So anyway, let's make my way upwards. Little caves here everywhere. I've done them before, I just lost sight of where they were. So this one, I believe, goes round in a circle. So hope you can see everything here. I want to turn it up a little bit, make it a little bit brighter if I can. There's lots of insects in here. I don't know if there's any bats in here actually. I don't know which is up and which is down at the moment, so excuse me. That's it. So I've turned the light up. I believe this is the one that goes round in a semicircle. Notice the moths in here, but I'm worried there might be bats in here. I might be disturbing them. But you can see it's not particularly safe. This is green sandstone. And people have been in here. There's a bit of paper there. Lots of insects and midges. But yeah, you can see the light at the end of the tunnel. So yeah, nice little cave. It's not exactly unknown, but hey, it's nice to find things like this. It looks a bit dangerous there at that end actually. That huge great rock is just balanced there. But yeah, that's one cave. There's more here. Definitely. So I might have a little bit of a look around. This is the actual undercliff there. Try and show you. So that's what causes all the problems around here with the land movement. There's paths everywhere here. A lot of them are foxes and badgers paths, but I'll have a little nose around and see if I can find the other caves. I haven't been round here in a while. I lost where the other cave is. Anyway, let's get down. It's quite steep to get down here, by the way. You've got to be careful here. It's very greasy. If you're going to climb up to the bottom of the cliff, it's also prone to falling as well. Let's get moving. Got to negotiate this steep sort of, it's not a path as such, but it's always very wet around here, so I'm being very careful I don't fall and smash my equipment, even though I've got quite a tough action camera which doesn't have stabilization built in, by the way. It's called the Sony RX02. It does take really good quality video, etc. Better than the GoPro, but it's got no stabilization, so I'm trying to get my way down here without breaking my bloody neck. Anyway, I'll be down in a sec. I'm trying to keep the camera going and I'm slipping. God, my old carcass is complaining a little bit. I think I've seen a better way down. Oh, that'd be better, wouldn't it? Get underneath this. I'm going to go back in the way I came out, basically. Now, this is a public footpath. I will what 3 words this, because it's on a public footpath. The landowner is not a pleasant person, and he tries to make out it's not a footpath. He's deliberately destroyed the footpath signs so that people don't come up here. So I am going to what 3 words this. I know some people who do Urbex might disagree with that, but I think as it's on a public footpath, what's the problem? Let's get back in the cave and go out the way I came out. Go in the way I came out, I should say, sorry. So this is the way in. Now, it's not safe. I'm not recommending you come through here because obviously you can see that it's not totally safe. But anyway, let's make my way back in and have a look at the top actually whilst I'm here. See what it looks like at the top. So there's a chasm going right up there. There is loose rock. So anyway, I'm trying to keep this as steady as I possibly can because this camera, as I said, does not have stabilization built in. You have to send it to your phone and then use the gyroscope in the phone to stabilize the footage. But you can only output at HD. And I want to output at 4K because I want to future-proof my videos. And it makes a better experience for people as well. So I'm having a look up there, see if I can see any bats or anything like that. Anything of interest. Lots of moths. But it doesn't look like birds or any other mammals like bats have used this place, but we'll keep looking. But it's, you know, I'm not recommending you come in here because it's likely to be unsafe. I mean, rocks could fall down at any time. That's why I'm looking up at the ceiling. But anyway, so I can see what's going on. If there's any bats or anything up there, no. So no. As I say, there's a bit of human waste here. It looks like a bit of a balloon actually. But anyway, as you can see, oh, it's nice and blue, a bit of quartz there or something. Yeah. This is the hardest stone on the Isle of Wight. It's called green sandstone. And as you can see, it goes in further, but my fat body will not fit in there. It looks like there is a place, if you got, that looks like it goes onwards. But personally, if I get in there, I'd have to get on my hands and knees. I don't particularly want to do that at the moment, but yeah, if anyone wants to have a look at it, tell me what it is, I'll be interested. This is my way out. Any writing on the wall here? Maybe that might be a way. No, it's a bit of light could come in there as well. So that's it, guys. I can't find the other tunnel. I did try, so I'm sorry if it's a bit boring, this one. The other cave, it's not a tunnel, the other one. I'm leaving the Isle of Wight permanently, so I'm unlikely to come back. But I'm sure there's other places here. I just haven't got round to remembering where they were. Now, if you park in the turning area and don't obviously block it, this is a public footpath. The landowner, believe me, is not amenable to people. I've had run-ins with him before, twice. But as I pointed out to him, this is a footpath. It runs around in a semicircle and comes, I think, no, that way, it comes out farther down, another gate. So it is a public footpath. The cave is on the public footpath. The caveat I'm giving to you is, well, if you want to explore it, it's entirely up to you. I'm not saying you should go there. I'm not saying it's safe, etc., etc. We're adults, most of us. So if you do go there, be aware that it's, you know, not a safe place to go to, really. It's only a short tunnel, but there is loose rocks, etc., etc., and it's not entirely safe. And this area is on the move all the time, so it's entirely up to you. I am not recommending you go there. I'm just saying it's there. Nice little barbecue site here. Bit windy though. Well, I've done this site before, I know, but it's my last night in the Isle of Wight. And as I said, I had a very good night last night where I took a lot of cold refreshments, and I'm feeling a little bit under the weather. Well, that's the view out to sea. Put a bit of light on it. We're going to have a fire down there, and my gaff is over there. I'll show it to you in a minute. I'm sleeping in just the inner tonight, so the bug net, as I like to call it. So I don't need a fly sheet because it's not going to rain and it's quite warm, so why not? Well, we've got a little fire going. We're not cooking, we just want a fire. Normally I wouldn't light a fire, but in an area like this where fires have been lit already, I'm quite happy to do that. My friend's just gone to bed. He's had a few drinks. I've just seen a huge rat. And normally there's not rats down here because people don't leave their food down here, which is really good. There's water about 500 yards away, and rats and water often mix together, if you see what I mean. Rats need water like any other mammal. But I just saw a huge great rat, so I'm slightly worried because I'm camping inside my inner tent, so I'm not using a fly. I always get worried about rats because rats, when they can smell food, will come inside your tent. So no food stays inside my tent. All empty tins, etc., get left up in a tree, far away from the ground, so they hopefully can't smell it. But rats have got amazing smell, sense of smell, I should say. And if you've got food lying around, they will come inside your tent, not via the zip, via chewing their way in. And it's happened to me and my friend as well. So be aware if you're in places like this, which is, you know, it's quite isolated, but there are rats everywhere, so be very careful. I'm not talking about beasties here, little mice, I'm talking about full-size rats. Well, I'm close to going to bed myself actually, and it's only 10 to 9. That's a great thing about being outdoors. There's no distractions, no television. I have got a Bluetooth speaker, so, you know, if I want to play music I can, but at the moment I'm quite happy. I'll probably just get into my sleeping bag and drift off and get up early because I'm leaving the Isle of Wight very soon, as I said, and I need to pack my bags and get things ready, check the loft, etc., before I go on my way. So I'm saying goodbye to the Isle of Wight. As I said many times before, this time it's finally happened. I'm off, and I'm off for good. So I'm not coming back. I've got family down here, but unless I have to, I'm not coming back. I've done the Isle of Wight. I'm off to places like Scotland or the Lake District or Dartmoor or South Wales, Brecon Beacons, Rhinogs, wherever, Snowdonia, I'm off. Well, it's good night from him, it's good night from me. In fact, I'm inside my bug tent, as I told you, so you can actually see the fire outside and see what's going on. It looks really enigmatic, to be totally exact, so let me show it to you. See you in the morning, guys. Well, it's about 10 minutes before sunrise. It's not going to be a nice day today, but I need to pack up, obviously, and make my way back to the car, and I'll show you a bit as I go along on the beach if there's anything interesting. But yeah, I had a good night, about 6 hours sleep, so it wasn't too bad at all. Yeah, site cleared. We had a fire down there. Everything's cleared away. Make my way to the beach and back to the car. Well, this is the sea, tide's out. That's the southerlymost point of the Isle of Wight, and I'm going that way. Not the nicest of days, but had a good night. My friend bivvied. I just used my inner tent, as you saw. But it's a nice site, but it's very popular. But it's only 7 o'clock, so we got out early. So, as I said, I'm making my way to the car. And I thought I was leaving the Isle of Wight on Sunday, and I double checked the times, and it's today, so I've got a bit of a panic on. I've got to pack my car, etc. So I'm moving my whole life out in the back of my car, basically, and going camping till I get bored with it. I'm just looking at the birds at the moment. I think I just saw an Arctic skewer. But anyway, let's get back to the car and let's get home and get packing. couple of buzzards there. And down here, because there's plenty of wind, they actually hover like kestrels on the wind. So yeah, one's disappeared. No, they're there, that's it. It's a little plaque to Marconi here. He, at 4:30 p.m. on the 23rd of January 1901, he did a transmission from here to the Lizard in Cornwall. So yeah, he's also transmitted from the Needles as well. So his aerial base can be seen up above, actually, above the lighthouse. So yeah, not many people know that Marconi did his first transmissions from the Isle of Wight. Cattle with young, I'm going to have to turn back. Look of friendliness, she's got young. Nice bit of rock balancing there. Beautiful Turner-esque type sky there. I'll miss this view when I leave the Isle of Wight, but I'm leaving today and I'll probably never see this view again. Great trip, back at the car. Hopefully see you next week. Somewhere different.